take, and then so in the second half of the negotiation, how you can try to take the most of the value off the table. I'm not sure whether you want to see that, because I believe your interest is more in cross-cultural negotiation.
Of course, yes, but personal risk negotiation itself is so boring, because Japanese do not have experience how to negotiate. So we need to be careful about how we're going to give some more proactive reaction for Japanese listening from us, right? So just only talking about, like, European people, maybe they are familiar with talking about negotiation, right?
Right.
And they're going to have
Not really, actually.
Negotiation skill study, right?
But it's kind of part of our culture, I believe. Actually, most Europeans, I would say 98% of Europeans do not study negotiation.
Okay, Japanese is 120%. They don't know what to study negotiation. This is what I'm talking
But
about.
it's part of our culture. It's part of our culture to negotiate.
So,
Kids negotiate.
so always I'm talking about part of culture. So if you need to give some
Right.
awareness for Japanese people, and you just simply talking about what kind of function, criteria, so forth in negotiation style, but they are not interested in.
Let me ask you this. If a kid, let's say he's 3-4 years old, and he needs to go to bed at, I don't know, 7 o'clock in the evening, then a kid in Japan, he will ask, can I stay up till 7:30? Or not? Or can I have this this bag of candy? No, you cannot. Oh, can I have then that? Right? So kids do negotiate.
Okay, this is simple. Okay, simple example. This is everybody, Japanese people understand. Okay, this is she's going to talking about buy toy, buy candy.
Right.
Her parents going to stop them to buy.
Yes.
So this is very simple sayings, negotiation. But negotiation itself, we have lots of functions so far. We explained,
Right.
but not deep.
No, but how come in Europe kids develop their negotiation skill automatically, like, culturally, in Europe, but not in Japan? What is the response to parents when kids ask?
Oh, very simple. No.
Is it true?
Yeah, she's crying. He is crying. She doesn't care. No.
Oh.
Go home. No. Yeah, she's depending on her. She's crying. She never moved. Okay, stay here. She never care.
Well, I actually when I come back to the Netherlands nowadays, I see even more. It's terrible, but you see these kids in supermarkets. They are with their stomachs on the floor, hitting the floor, and yelling on the pitch of their voice.
Yeah. A Japanese kid is never like that.
I don't know what you mean by. I see more. It's terrible. What you see is kids in supermarkets. They are with their socks on the floor, hitting the flooring, and yelling on the picture of the voice.
She's
How
crying.
about a web search for it?
Oh, son, she's saying son of a bitch.
So basically, negotiation is not accepted. No one in any raising of kids. Kids are just being told no because I say so.
No, my wife's children is already grown up, but usually child is small. She never allow them to do that. No.
There's no negotiation.
No
So
negotiation.
the parents, because they are parents, they know what's best.
Okay, Japanese style is we don't have a custom to negotiate people. Okay.
But naturally you do. So kids do.
Not-
When they are not trained yet, they negotiate.
But no ahead.
Okay, so we are basically being taught not to negotiate.
This is a problem. So if you're going to talking about negotiation skill, we need to give them some encouragement to study negotiation skill. Otherwise, they are boring. No, this kind of negotiation we don't need to study. They say.
We don't need to study, but if you want to if you want to communicate with a foreigner, you need to speak his or her language because people don't speak Japanese, right? If you want to engage with foreigners, you need to know how to negotiate. Otherwise, you will not be able
That's
to.
right. But in many cases, Japanese people, they do not recognize, okay? They need negotiation. So they start meeting with foreigners and they propose price and conditions and delivery, something like this. But they don't know how to negotiate.
So that's why all the Japanese tours, when they go overseas, they book a Japanese tour so the tour guide can take care of it and they don't have to do it.
Exactly.
So you're never
in many
free.
cases, they lose their right pricing. They lose their better conditioning.
Right.
And sort of things, they lose money.
Mm.
They don't know how to do that. But I know that like Middle East or some Italy, and they can ask them negotiation, discount money 20-30%. But going to Middle East, discount 60%. This is obvious if the guide tell them, okay, you can ask them to 60% discount. They can do that. Otherwise, they don't do that. I visited China many times, and going to the sightseeing area, and souvenir shop, person asked me to buy 100 RMB, okay, I paid for them 120, and every time I paid for 120. They are, why are you going to pay me more money? You have some problem for money, right? So I don't worry about money, so that's the reason why I pay for you. And twice, 3 times, 4 times, going to the same place, they're going to give me the special souvenir for me. And the sort of things happening. This is negotiation.
That's the other way around.
Right. But usually Japanese people, they don't want to negotiate. So if you're going to persuade Japanese, you need to study negotiation skill. You need to give them more additional, incentive program you need to offer for them.
So, I mean, okay, different example, eh? not kids. 2 adults, husband and wife, they want to go, they have holidays. Where are we going? Wife wants to go to Okinawa, husband wants to stay in Tokyo. How does it work? They go to Okinawa.
My wife? No, she never said that.
No. But how does it work? I mean, there's also negotiation. That's a different form of negotiation. But how does it work in Japan?
What do you mean, how does it work?
So is there negotiation going on? Okay, now let's go to Okinawa, or no, I want to stay in Tokyo. How does it work? Or does she go to Okinawa and he stays in Tokyo? How does it work?
I don't understand your question is.
My question is, how does... Because I don't believe that there's no negotiation. I believe that there is negotiation in Japan. So if we can hook into that negotiation and then project it on the European way of negotiation, then it will make sense for Japanese people. So the question is, wife wants to go to Okinawa, husband wants to stay in Tokyo. Where do they go? How does it work? What is the normal way that they negotiate? Their interests?
Husband should go to Okinawa with her if she wants. No negotiation. She will going to ask you. No, husband will going to tell her, I have a job. She does not care. This is golden week, 10 days vacation. How come? No, she will going to say, I have something work to be remain. She will say for you. So what? So you should follow her. This is Japanese style. This is the Confucius style. The negotiation. This is Japanese negotiation style. Always listen to her.
So
this is different from Westerners.
But it's not entirely true. Look at Takashi-san. He's here.
He's always mistake to the kind of decision making. That's he got problem with his family. Right? And that's the reason I teach him every Saturday morning.
Don't come here.
Tolerant and patient. Listen to her. Follow her. Don't against her. Don't bother her. Family harmony. Keep it stay calm. Steady. Cool. This is Japanese style. So that's the reason always I'm talking about. We don't have any allowance for negotiation. Man is steady and deep and steady and calm.
Okay.
Not like European.
Okay. So
That's automatically you can get dignity, self-pride. This is Japanese style. So we don't have any negotiation. Even if just the counterpart person to give us higher price, okay, we can pay for you.
So what if they want, if she, instead of going to Okinawa, she wants to go to the Caribbean? It costs about 2 million. 2 million.
That's right. No problem.
No problem.
I wanted to go with you, but I don't have money. I can tell straight away. I can tell.
That's okay.
Yeah, I don't have money so far. But just wait one while. I'll get my money. Just recently, I'm just saying, she want to go to New York always. Okay, but just wait one while. I'll get my money. Then I can take you to New York.
To New York.
Yeah, not now. Just she understands.
Okay.
I don't have money. Okay, if I have money, even if I don't have time, she forced me to go to Caribbean. Of course. Why not? What is the priority do you have? Yes, I have some business. Which do you have prefer, family or business? It's obviously your family more important than business. Don't you think so? So at this immediately I told him, immediately you should answer, of course, yes. Family is more important than business. Of course, yes, no discussion. But many man is, I need some business, I need some other appointment of men and something else. Oh, bullshit. She just, you should listen to her.
In Europe, we have a saying, at least in the Netherlands, we have a saying. I don't know about Europe, but in the Netherlands, we have a saying, business before pleasure.
Oh, it means that's a high rate of divorce. We will never follow you. That's the reason why I divorced 3 times. This was my fault, you know. Now it's in
in retrospect.
This is my big fault I did in before, right? So now is I change my mind. What's the best way? The most important is family. Listen to your wife. She is a woman. Is many cases like just I told you negotiations or speak English. She is very well. Just woman is different from men. Not the same kind of humankind. Different world. It's cosmos. Come from cosmos. Different. Never make consensus among us. So always.
Do women actually agree with you when you say
no,
that?
No. Always you should follow her, not agree. You should follow her, whatever she said. Yes, you're right.
But when you tell them that they are in different
No, any kind of word you can speak out, she's going to speak out. Instinctively, you should answer is already prepared. Yes, you're right. I tell him, Takashi, always what she's talking about, yes, you're right. This instinctively answer is fixed. Yes, you're right. Then your opinion will be swollen in your mind, right? This is right. Always I can against her. She won't ask me, how about my food preparation? Oh, terrible. But don't tell that. No, you're right. It's good. Always, yes, you're right. Your food is delicious. Even if you think, oh, you're terrible. Never speak at that. I wanted to say, oh, your food is so terrible. Oh, calories, oh my God. But don't speak at that.
So that is actually a form of negotiation. So
if you don't get a position as president in future, you keep in your mind, always discuss with employees, your staff, your people. Yes, you're right. And don't speak out again different opinion. Keep in your mind, and one day later, he's saying is, oh, that's the reason why he wanted to say that. I understand. Like some cases, he's completely different, wrong opinion. He speak out. Okay, that time you can speak out. You're wrong, right? Otherwise, you can follow him. This is a good example. Is wife. That's the reason I'm talking. A wife is very important. she's not the right person, okay, but a good example to follow her. Isn't it, that the reason we're talking about?
So
If you're going to speak out negotiation skill, then okay, Confucianism we are in the background, okay, like what I said. Then you're going to speak out negotiation, like take it or leave it. And the kind of negotiation in this case is for Oriental people, they have Confucianism in the background. So what kind of action he's going to take? Otherwise, he will not agree with this negotiation skill study, right? This is what always I'm talking about, especially past couple of weeks. In my mind, I have feeling some strange feeling for this negotiation skill. You Westerners, people thinking about why they are talking about this kind of stupid negotiation skill.
no, because actually through negotiation, they're capable of getting much better. And actually, it really makes me think. It really makes me think because, like, okay, so you follow. That's actually you meet expectations, right? I think that in a very healthy relationship, you exceed expectations. That means that you not just say yes. You're actually in a kind of a negotiation, a kind of discovery to really figure out what does she really want. Does she really want to go to
Okay, I
Korea?
tell you, most
Or
of
does
the-
she really
yeah.
want you to tell her that you
Most
love her?
difficulty is for buy something or make contract is price, right? So beforehand, I try to investigate what the range of price acceptable, right? Then I'm going to meet with you, and then you're going to speak out 100 instead of 120 or 80 instead of 100. Then I'm going to talk to you. The price is expensive or cheaper than my expectation. Kind of negotiation Japanese concern, but any other condition we don't so much emphasize on it. Of course, they will speak out additionally. Could you provide a kind of additional service or not? But this is not so much important for them to make decision making.
Really?
Yeah.
But it depends a little bit on what you're negotiating, of course. If you're negotiating a luxury good like a watch, like, okay, if you need to wait 2 weeks before it arrives, it's not a problem. But if you're discussing raw materials, then delivery conditions are probably more important than price. Depends on what you're negotiating.
In that case, is really going to speak out something. But usually they don't have a culture for negotiating lot of conditions. So if you're going to persuade Japanese people that negotiation is important, you need to give them some suggestion for encouragement to discuss about this, right?
So next month I'm going to try to sell a kind of a vision into how to become #1 brand in Japan, the company I'm working for at the moment. Basically it is it starts with delivering an exceptional customer experience, not a excellent but an exceptional customer experience. The difference between an exceptional and an excellent customer experience is that an excellent customer experience is that you meet according to expectations. So you agree on the price, you agree on time, you deliver on all the terms, and you deliver accordingly. That is excellent, right? So you bring them the quality. But exceptional is that you go beyond that. You are not just delivering a service. You are helping them to shape their ideas. You are delivering them context. You broaden their picture. You broaden their mindset by presenting them the right data, by proactively asking questions, by really discovering what is on their mind, and by actually guiding them into delivering beyond what is agreed to. But that requires a kind of a negotiation. It requires that you proactively going to contact people. You're proactively going to gather data. You're proactively doing a lot of things. So my question is this something that would work in Japan?